This video is going to tell you why I think there is no replacement for a snap-on ratchet and why I feel that compared to all the other brands, they are the best on the market. Let me start this video off by saying that this is not a paid advertisement and I'm not receiving anything for making this video from Snap-on. This is solely my opinion on a Snap-on ratchet and why I feel they are the best. So as you can see, every ratchet that I own is Snap-on, dating back to some of the older styles. My 3/4 ratchet is actually from the 70s. So looking at them here, the reason why I feel Snap-on ratchet is the best is mainly because of the tooth count that they have. They have such a high tooth count that they require a very little swing angle. So for instance, my 1/4" flex head ratchet, if you listen to the teeth, they're so fine that you get so many more degrees of swing angle when you're using them. I'm a big fan of the Snap-on flex head ratchets. As you can see, I have two 3/8 flex heads, I have a 1/2" flex head, and a 1/4" flex head. I just find they're really handy. Most of the time I actually use them as speed handles. You can take them, run them just like that. They're very, very useful in my trade. And speaking about these ratchets, so I've been in the trucking coach field for 16 years. And over the 16 years, I've used a lot of different style ratchets, different brands, some of high quality, some of not. And I'm not saying that Snap-on doesn't have its share of issues. I mean, as you can see, I only have one of the Snap-on comfort grip handles. It's the only style of ratchets that I don't really care for from Snap-on, mainly because I can't put anything on them to make them longer. It makes it really difficult. As you can see, it's chewed up a little bit, and that's mainly because I tried to put a small pipe on it. When it comes to the ratchets themselves, I've never seen ratchets that can actually bend as much as they do without breaking. That being said, you know, I have broken the actual drives off of them, like I'm sure everybody else has, but they're easily replaced and all covered under a full lifetime warranty. As you can see in this picture here, I broke the whole head off of my 1/2" ratchet right here. So as you can imagine, I probably wasn't using that ratchet the way I was supposed to. I was taking out a 5/8 suspension bolt and Hendrickson suspension, and I had quite a bit of pipe on it trying to get it to crack free to make the adjustment, and that's what happened. But luckily it was covered under warranty, which is pretty amazing. Snap-on covers all their ratchets under a full lifetime warranty, which makes it very, very nice for the techs who are using them. I mean, a lot of my ratchets, as you can see, are quite dated now, which really weird to think about is the older ratchets I haven't had to have them rebuilt as much as my newer stuff. Again, the fine tooth stuff is pretty amazing. The older ratchets aren't quite as fine a tooth. So I mean, if we go to this guy here, this is quite an old Snap-on 1/4" ratchet. It's a little coarser, but still a fairly fine ratchet. I mean, I use it all the time. It's great for dash work. Another thing that I really like are the Snap-on pass-through ratchets. These guys are pretty awesome. I used to do a lot of work on 6-liter Fords, and I'd actually use the metric set with the 10mm right there for the lower bolt for the turbo at the back. There was actually just enough clearance to fit in there with this ratchet. And they actually just click right into place. What's nice is you can also use them on like air-to-air clamps and stuff, because the stud will pass right through them. These sets, I've had these sets for quite some time, probably 10-12 years. They also come with bit piece for putting like your little 1/4" Torx and all that sort of stuff in there. As I said, like, there's really no replacement for them. I've used I'm not a one brand tool kind of person. I've used Matco ratchets and Mac ratchets, but they don't seem to hold up as well in the gear that's inside. And I like the fact that these guys, the Snap-on ones, there's no real entry for water or moisture to get in. They're even sealed with an O-ring inside, which is, you know, doing the trade that I do, you do tend to get snow and ice and salt and all that sort of stuff that gets into the ratchets, can make them rusty inside. periodic cleaning the ratchets is a good maintenance procedure. I do mine probably 2 or 3 times a year, taking them apart. I use Crown lubricant, put it in there, clean everything up. It just keeps them working freely anyways. Now, when it comes to why I truly think that there's no replacement for a snap-on ratchet, it's mainly because of the strength and durability that's in them. Like, I've had these guys here, like my long 3/8. I've had this thing bent almost in a C and never broke the actual ratchet. The drive has broke on me twice, but the actual ratchet handle has never let go, and as you can see, it's still straight as an arrow. It's not bent in any way, and I've had a lot of force on them. Now, through my 16 years as a truck and coach mechanic, I've worked with a lot of apprentices and a lot of co-op students, and they always ask me, well, what's the first thing I should buy? And I say, what you need to do is you need to go and buy a 15-inch, half-inch snap-on straight ratchet. And they're like, well, why? I say, well, because with that ratchet, you're pretty much able to do most anything in the trade. You can adapt it up to a 3/4, you can adapt it down to a 3/8. You're going to have just enough leverage to do whatever you need with it. And yes, you can put a pipe on them if you need a little bit more leverage. But that ratchet there, I suggest it to all the co-op students, all of the apprentices, and it's a great go-to ratchet. I mean, if I'm dropping engine oil or anything like that, I'm grabbing that 15-inch, half-inch ratchet, and that's what I'm starting with. If I need anything more like that, I might go to the flex head, or I might pull out 3/4 inch. I mean, it's a beast, and I mean, this thing is from the 70s. It hasn't given me an ounce of trouble. It was actually my father's ratchet, and it never gave him any issues either. So due to all these different like quirks that go with them and all that, the snap-on ratchet is pretty much unbeatable. The other thing that they have going for them is if you have a dealer in your area, you know, they'll come to your shop, they'll fix the ratchet for you if it's broken. The warranty is amazing. It's usually like no questions asked. It's for all of those reasons why I happen to think that you can't beat a snap-on ratchet. Like, as you can see, I have a Matco toolbox. I like my toolbox. I'm not brand specific to anything I do, but when it comes to the ratchets, I feel like you can't get away from a snap-on ratchet. They're the best ratchet on the market for my trade anyways. I'm sure there's people out there who might disagree. I'm sure there's a lot of people who actually do agree with me. It's for all those reasons, that's why I believe that there's no replacement for a snap-on ratchet. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thanks again. And always remember, once you've experienced the quality, you'll soon forget the price.